Hi, I'm Bob Probst, and I'm an attorney in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, who helps people get through the end of their marriage in a dignified way and come out on the other side with a better and brighter future. And today I'm going to talk to you about a document known as a separation agreement. And I'm going to tell you the 4 things you need to know before you sign one. First, let's just face the reality. A divorce can be a messy thing. It can be emotional and difficult for everyone. In fact, I know people who stay in really bad marriages just because they're avoiding the reality of having to go through a messy divorce. Well, a separation agreement can be the perfect thing to help you end your marriage with dignity and integrity. So what is a separation agreement? It's simply a legal document, usually drafted by an attorney and agreed upon by the parties, that resolves all the issues around their divorce. The one thing to remember, though, is it is an agreement. That means you can't force your spouse to sign it, and your spouse can't force you to sign it. But if you're in a situation where you and your spouse can talk about the end of your marriage, then I really recommend you consider doing a separation agreement before going into litigation. The second point I want to make about a separation agreement is really a simple one. It must be in writing, and it must be signed in front of a notary. So if you don't sign it in front of a notary, it's not enforceable. So when your spouse and you decide just to write up your own separation agreement, but you don't do it in front of a notary, it's not going to be something that you can use later. The third thing I want you to remember about a separation agreement is that you can resolve all the issues surrounding the end of your marriage. You can determine how to divide your assets, for example, how to divide your house, who's going to get which car, how you're going to divide your retirement accounts and your bank accounts. You can also decide how you're going to resolve your debts, who's going to pay for the house payment, who's going to make the car payments, who's going to make what credit card payments. You can even resolve the issue surrounding custody and visitation for your children and child support. Who's going to pay child support and how much? You can deal with the issue surrounding whether or not one of you needs spousal support. How much will that be and for how long? You can resolve every single issue around your divorce in a separation agreement. Or you can choose just to resolve a few and litigate others. I recommend, if you're going to try to do a separation agreement, you let our team help you resolve all the issues surrounding your divorce. The fourth thing I want you to remember about separation agreements is that it's binding upon both parties once it's signed. So you should never, ever sign a separation agreement without having an attorney review it for you. Why? Because courts can't change the terms of separation agreements very easily. You'll be stuck with the majority of those terms, even if they're horrible. In my over 32 years of practice, I have seen many people screw themselves, literally, because they just signed the document that their spouse put in front of them just to get it over with without having it reviewed by an attorney. You've heard the saying, don't be penny wise and dollar short. Well, that applies here. Take my advice, spend a little money now to avoid the very expensive mistakes later when you're stuck with those terms of that separation agreement. So if you're separating from your spouse or going through a divorce or have any questions about a separation agreement, I want you to call us. The phone number is 336-721-9090. Or even better, go to our website at probstlawfirm.com and look at all the free information we have on our family law page. Getting you through your divorce with dignity and integrity and finding a better future is what we do. Let us do it for you.